Am I the astronaut for prioritizing my children's relationship over my wife's preference? I have one son with my ex-wife and 3 kids with my current wife. My oldest is 19. The other kids are 13, 12, and 6, all boys except for the 12-year-old. My oldest traveled overseas during summer break, but there was a 2-week period where he was at school but had no class and no commitments, and he wanted us to come visit him. I said that we would go, and when I told my wife she was annoyed I committed without asking her. Going overseas? Yeah. I said we didn't have plans. She said I couldn't know that for sure without asking her. I said if there are plans, I don't know how I don't know about. Surely that means she made a commitment without asking me. Ooh, the argument fizzled out. However, she later informed me that we were invited to go on a trip with some friends that would overlap, and she wanted to go on the trip. I said we already had plans. She said she never agreed to the plans, and the argument resumed. Eventually, I said she could do whatever she wanted, but the kids and I were going to fly out to visit my son. I said it's important for them to spend time together so they continue to have a good relationship now that he's an adult, and we probably won't see him as much. She said, I know that she hates California, where his school is, and it's insensitive for me to just assume she's okay with going. I told her if she doesn't want to go, don't go. I will go alone with the kids. She didn't want that, and the fight got intense. So I said we should ask the kids what they want to do. When we asked the kids, she really talked up her vacation plan and poo-pooed going to California, but the kids wanted to see their brother. She still didn't want me to take them after that, and we continued to argue about it right up until the kids and I left. We had a great trip. Ever since we returned from the trip, she has been frosty towards me. Last week, she dropped the bombshell of wanting to do couples counseling. I agreed, and we just found somebody and made an appointment for September. All my friends say the counseling is a bad sign, the divorced and married alike. I guess I just want to know what I'm in for. Am I going to go in and immediately get roasted for my actions? Ultimately, I love my wife and I love my kids, and I want my kids to have a good relationship with each other. Is that so bad? Okay, this will be an interesting one to dissect here.
I don't think counseling is a bad sign. I think that if you're sick, you go to the doctor. If your marriage is sick, you go to counseling and get help to work through it. I think it's a sign, as long as you're putting the effort in for both sides, I think it's a sign that you want this to work. And like I said, as long as you're being truthful in counseling and are open to receiving that help. But it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad sign. But if she intended it to be a bad sign, then maybe you have a problem.
Regardless of how she intended it, and I did think about that, but Brittany makes an interesting point. Make sure it's a real therapist first.
That's true.
We've run into that story before. She probably has an agenda going into this, right?
Given that she did it when he came back from this, given how that fight escalated, I think she has an agenda. And I think she's doing it to make a point.
She's doing it to make a point. Now, hopefully, you have a good therapist that you end up with, and it's not one that will just allow the person who contacts them and sets up the appointment to control the agenda, but actually focuses on healing and improving communication and making you a better couple overall, right? Because that's the true goal here. And maybe that's the first conversation. And in your shoes here, going in there, I think going in there with the one goal of becoming stronger as a couple and as a team, I think that's a pure goal that you can go in with. And if somebody else has an ulterior motive, a good therapist should see through that pretty quick, right?
Hopefully.
I wouldn't think that, you're married and divorced friends alike saying that it's a bad sign. That's a red flag.
Child, if any of our children ask us to come see them while they're at college, my answer is yes.
Hell yeah.
Like, you want to see me? Absolutely, I'm there.
The communication should have happened, though.
But
I do agree with that.
They should have communicated, but I don't know. Like, it kind of seems like she doesn't want to go see his son because it's not hers. Like, I don't know if that's true, and I don't know if he's painting it to be that way, but it gives off that vibe.
Well, and now she's got ammo she's stacking up, right? She's like, I don't want to go because you committed without talking to me first. I don't want to go because it's in California. I don't want to go because it's not my kid. There are a lot of different selfish personal reasons that she's got stacked up, but you should go. You should go to counseling. And she may be marching in there thinking she's going to mop the floor with you, right? Because she wants to air this grievance. And hopefully you've got a good therapist that will treat this as an exercise to improve you as a team. And she will maybe be a little humbled in that exercise.
Yeah, I would say look at it this way. Walk into therapy knowing that you're there for the right reasons, and whatever reasons she is there for is on her. But if you walk in with the intentions to help your marriage, to do better as a partner, and to move forward in life together, then you're walking in there with the best of
Yeah.
intentions. So you have nothing to worry about.
You have nothing
And
to worry about at all.
Hope that she is doing the same.
And you should have communicated, and maybe that's what you'll hear, but that's okay.